How's it going, team? This is the Brown Man. I hope all is well. For today, I'm going to be going over the Browntown Evil Dead the Game tournament. It has been a while. It's been a year or so, perhaps, since I have been throwing around the idea to have a tournament. I admit I was a bit self-conscious with the amount of rules, and I'll just say a little bit self-conscious. And after participating in the Matchsticks tournament, thanks to Etho and Big Wet, you guys should check them out and give them some views. I really do like the Matchsticks format. It's cool and it's unique, and it allows people to use survivors that normally people wouldn't use, like Blacksmith or Pablo, in a more competitive setting. So it was really fun and interesting. But as you guys know, you guys probably play asymmetrical games, which is why you're here, and you guys know though that we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space coming out, and I'm thinking, you know what, because of the double EXP in Evil Dead the Game, wait times are better, and Evil Dead the Game actually started most of this channel, and I'm ready to get back in. I'm ready to get back in, play a bit more. I do prefer this game over Dead by Daylight, and the wait times is something that really just hurt me. And I was definitely rusty and ill-equipped for the tournament, despite some of the stuff that I couldn't avoid. There are definitely many ways that I could have done better with Brock and with Bullhead Boy, and I let both of the Williams bros down. So without further ado, let's get into the tournament that I will be hosting. Okay, the prize will be $50 per player on the team that comes first. Of course, that will be $250 total. This will help cover the tab, because this is the weekend before Killer Clowns from Outer Space pre-release gameplay, which is May 24th to May 26th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There is one tier of gameplay, which anybody can play, but of course it's going to be a bit serious and competitive. Casuals to no-lifers can watch or jerk off to it. It's all up to you. When it comes to the teams are, as I said, of 5 players. That will be 4 survivors and 1 demon. The demon of each team faces the survivor of each team. It's a best of 3. And of course, you cannot reselect a character that was already chosen. So if your team already had Warrior Ash, or it was an AOD Ash on it, then you can't pick that character again for the rest of the set. Okay, that just makes a bit of sense. I will say that Ruby will be banned in this tournament. Just to, there are 4 leaders without a Ruby, and even in the tier list that I used to make, I didn't even count Ruby. So it is what it is. There will be a 5-minute grace period. The 5-minute grace period will be broken with car or map piece grab. The demon cannot possess players, attack players or units, or use active abilities for the first 5 minutes of the match. This will also help slow ball down a little bit. Although this guy can level up a bit fast, it is what it is. Just to keep things in pace. Each team starts with 100 points. So this is a point-based system. Team A will face Team B. As I said, whoever has the most points after the set, added up together, will win. Okay. When a survivor goes down, the survivors lose 10 points. So you do want to be mindful of going down. You can go down as much as you want until you win, and then maybe you can try to recover some points, but for each down you'll lose 10 points. Survivors can use legendary weapons, but it will result in a 15-point penalty. 20-point penalty for mastery legendaries, and 15-point penalty for mastery purples. Okay? That way, there is still a variety of weapons, but there is risk and reward for mastery weapons. If you weapon drop, so you know you're about to get possessed, you don't want to use your uber weapon and take out your team, you can weapon drop, but that will cost you 10 points for just dropping the weapon. That is just what we'll say. Yeah, I think that's fine, because in combination with losing points for legendaries and masteries, I think that's the decent risk and reward for that. When it comes to vaults, of course, this is not Dead by Daylight, so vaulting endlessly is something that is frowned upon. So you'll have 5 vaults for each engaged survivor will have 5 vaults. So let's say you have a power possessed pup basic on you, and you have a railing nearby, you'll have 5 vaults as long as that possessed unit is alive. Okay, so you can vault over, drink a Shemps if you have to, that's fine, no matter what the strength of the vault is, whether the vault can be walked through by a unit, or if it's one of those really strong vaults with a drop down. You have 5 total as long as that unit is alive. Okay, now it doesn't matter if they leave you. You can do 4 vaults, the unit can leave you, because you know how pup basics like to be, and then he'll come around the corner like a minute later, smack you. You still have only 1 vault left, so you do need to make sure. I might edit that later, just because it's like, wait a minute, sometimes you can't hear a depossessed, so I just want to work on that, because normally it's the pup basics that be like running to Afghanistan and then running all the way the fuck back, just some weird shit. Typically you can hear if a possessed unit dies, so that's why I'm just going to leave that in there. You can hear when the unit died. 1 car per team at a time. Only cars that have been used can be flipped, and it's 2 cars per match. So you have 1 team car, and then a team has to decide if they want to use a different car. Okay, and the team has to go into that car together. Right, so the team has to, like a clown car, everybody has to go in. And then there's only 1 survivor of each class allowed. And as I said, no reselect. And no reselect also goes for demon as well. There won't be a limit on pink F, and there won't be a limit in demon points. There won't be a limit in perk points, so you can use all 50 perk points as a demon. You can use all 30 points as a survivor if need be, which is totally fine. I think it's important for players to use whatever they think will help them win. But of course, as you go into certain things, then you'll get penalized for it. So if you need to use, some more vaults, more than 5 vaults, you have the option to use more than 5 vaults. But you will take a 5-point penalty, for example, for each extra vault. So if you do something a little cheeky, you'll start to receive penalties. So this is more just to keep the gameplay interesting and a bit honorable. And these are just the thoughts of the tournament. These are just the draft of the rules that we have, and I will be keeping in touch as we edit that. And I hope you guys. I hope to hear what you guys think about the rules of the tournament. You guys be safe, stay hydrated, and of course, have a good one.